Hey guys, so new poll out that shows how devastating a situation Joe Biden is in, the Democratic Party is in, the country is in, but everyone in corporate media and the Democratic Party want to ignore it. I'm going to tell you all about it in a second. First, whenever I do these live videos, just a quick plug for the main live show that's at 6 o'clock Eastern, Monday through Friday. Make sure you're checking that out right here on youtube.com/The Young Turks. And quick plug for my book that's coming out this week, which is amazing, unbelievable. It's tomorrow, tyt.com/justice to order it. Okay, now, what did the poll say? 72% of Americans say that Joe Biden is not healthy enough to serve as president for 4 more years, period. Okay, now, if 72% of Americans think that someone's not healthy enough to serve in any office, that's already a devastating result for that person, a devastating result for that party and whoever wants to run them, because I got news for you. 72% is a lot higher than 50%. You are not likely to win an election. I mean, I cannot overstate that enough. So look, there is madness going on in D.C. right now. And it's not just infecting the powerful, it's not just infecting the DNC, etc. It's affecting and infecting Democratic voters. They keep thinking, because of the binary world that this media mythology has put us in, that they only have two choices, Biden or Trump. So the minute you say something against Biden, they go, oh, so you're in favor of Trump. No, please use critical thinking skills, okay? So number one, no one that has ever watched 1 second of our show would ever think that we are for Trump. We are exactly opposite of Trump. And in fact, you know who's in favor of Trump and helping him to win? People who ignore a poll saying 72% of Americans are probably not going to vote for you. So you have a choice as the Democratic Party. Do you think this is the most important election of our lifetimes? Or do you think it's no big deal and we could throw it away on this guy who 72% of Americans say is too old and we don't want to vote for him because we're not even sure he's going to make it through those 4 years? You can ignore that poll. You could bury your head in the sand and say, la, 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 I don't see polls. I don't believe in polls. You can say any of those things, but it ain't true. Polls are real. This one is totally real. And if you go into the election with this guy, we're going to lose. We're going to lose, okay? And so, all right, you don't want to hear it. That's okay, but don't blame me. And you will, and you will. All the idiots who say, let's go for the unpopular candidate because who cares? Oh, that guy's a fascist. Trump's a fascist, and we can't have him win. Oh, but let's go with the addled old guy who nobody wants to vote for because it hurts my feelings that they don't want to vote for him. Oh, I don't think it's fair that they don't want to vote for him. I'm worried that a progressive might run instead. So I'm going to ignore it. I don't care. All right, then don't say it's the most important election, and don't ever call Trump a fascist again. Because you don't care and you don't mind losing. The only thing you can't stand is not bowing down to authority. Authority is telling you are not allowed to question Biden. You are not allowed to pick another Democratic candidate. Well, that is wrong. You are allowed to question authority, and you are allowed to pick another candidate. And for those of you who are, moderate, established, and mainstream, whatever you want to call yourselves, okay? It doesn't have to be a progressive. Get the binary thinking out of your head. If Biden drops out of the race, you can have your beloved Gavin Newsom and your beloved Gretchen Whitmer and your beloved Buttigieg. And oh yes, another progressive might run. I don't even know if any progressive is gonna run other than Marianne Williamson. But I know, oh no, don't let the progressives, you'd rather have a fascist than let a progressive run against Biden in this race. Now look, if you're in corporate media or the DNC, that's a fact. That's an indisputable fact. But I'm trying to reach the voters that are not in those camps and that are being hoodwinked by those camps. I don't care if you pick Whitmer. Just pick someone that isn't Joe Biden, because every single poll has him in an incredibly vulnerable situation where he is very likely to lose. And I actually do think Trump is a fascist. I saw him try to subvert democracy last time. I saw him try to do that coup using the fake electors, etc. Guys, the number one thing, and Sam, who I think is a member, but you just use Super Chat, thank you for this point, and I'll end on this. Look, the reason I'm asking you to sign the petition, tyt.com/dropout, about Joe Biden, is that we need to win this election. We can't just not win, okay? And we're not in the general election yet. We're not in the general election. So Sam SI is his name that just used the super chat, and I appreciate you. We're in the primary, as Sam just said. The media hates the primary. So no. Whatever option we pick for you, whatever corporate candidate who's going to do exactly what corporate rule wants, is going to be the only person you have a choice, or a fascist. So some sort of corporate tyrant or a fascist are your only two choices. That's not true. The place where you have choices is the primary. We're in the primaries right now. In a lot of ways, the primaries are more important than a general election. For God's sake, go get anyone that you are in favor of. Pick a progressive, pick a moderate, pick anyone you like. But we've got to win the election. And shutting down a primary is disastrous. It's a terrible idea. And anyone who tells you that it's a good idea doesn't know what they're talking about at all, and is definitely going to cost us this election. And if the candidates right now are the ones that are in the race right now, would I vote for Marianne Williamson over Joe Biden? In a second. She's 10,000 times more progressive and a better candidate in that sense because her positions are more popular. And yes, she is less likely to lose than Joe Biden. I know, you can't say that. He's a powerful person. He's the president. We have to bow down. No, we don't. He is very, very, very likely to lose. Almost anyone else can beat Trump. tyt.com/dropout. Please do not ignore reality. That is what right-wingers do. We have to be better than that.